What's poppin' everybody? It's a Saber94 and today I'm gonna show you guys a new deck based on this Glimmora EX. Now you might be wondering, why am I using this Pokemon right now? Basically, I wanted to make a new deck that's gonna be able to utilize this new Budew card. Originally, I was gonna use this with Budew EX. I tried a lot of matches and it doesn't really work out. Benetti's weakness to Charizard makes things even worse than they would already be. And I didn't want to just show, Budew with Dragapult DX or just the usual meta stuff. I wanted to do something new. I thought about maybe making like a Sylveon deck. I get like people asking me, I got somebody telling me, make a deck with the other Evolution EXs too. But they kind of suck, they're very difficult to use. And I didn't really know what to build. I tried a bunch of stuff. I tried this with Torterra too. Maybe I'll use Torterra again with Budew because it works in that deck and you can get the lock and also it's a grass Pokemon. But it just made a lot of sense to me after I looked at the cards, made some research. Trying this guy out can be pretty solid. With Budew slowing the game down a little bit, you can get those extra manual attachments so you don't have to worry about sort of being behind with energies as it needs 2 energies to attack. So if you don't know what this Pokemon does, I don't remember the set it came from, but it's a while ago at this point. It's a stage 1 with 270 HP, so it's pretty decent, solid for a stage 1 EX. And Dust Field is an incredible ability, sort of reminiscent to me to Dark Palm Dusknoir, one of my favorite cards from the original Diamond & Pearl set. Hence why I called it Dust Palm Lock. It's more broken though, you could say, as it's always going to limit your opponent's bench, if it's active, to just four cards. Or 3 cards actually. Yeah, never mind what I said. But it's just a very, very limited bench space. And I played against this deck a couple of times in my career, and it was really annoying when I had to play against it. It just has a few issues that hopefully we can remedy with this deck. It also hits for some decent damage too, 140 for 2. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it comes with auto poison. And if we combine this with Radiant, Hisuian Sneasler, it's gonna add up. And it should at least, it's the range to get 2-hit KOs on most Pokemon. And I even have a way to even 2-shot a stage 2 EX, as you guys are gonna see pretty soon. This is basically all that's in the deck. I don't even have counters for Mimikyu or Aegislash. We're just gonna poison them and hope this works. I don't want to waste space with other random Pokemon. It's just the Budews to hopefully open with them, get the lock, the stage 1 and the basic Pokemon we need to evolve, and then just Cyclizars for a few other free retreating Pokemon. So maybe I can open with this as opposed to this, and then search the Budew, get it active. That's the point. Gotta have a few extra basic Pokemon. Sneasler for the added poison damage, and that's it. The Glimmet of choice is this one. I know there's the one with Ascension, but the HP is terrible and you don't want to do the Ascension combo. You don't want to have this guy active, attach an energy, go for the Ascension, and then be left there vulnerable to take a hit. You want to open with Budew and get the lock, slow the game down, get a few energy attachments on this guy. So since all of them have terrible HP of 60 or 70 with a double retreat, all of them are crap choices, I decided this one is the best out of the bunch. With Iron Defense, if you have to do this, maybe you'll get lucky and be immune to damage. But all these cards are embarrassing. It's embarrassing for these Pokemon to have 60 HP when basic Pokemon that were small had 60 HP in 2007. Anyway. We only got 10 fighting energies in the deck because we just need 2 attachments for this guy to attack. You should get by, maybe have a few extras to manually retreat to. If you open with this dude or Sneasler, everybody has 1 or free retreat, so I can just attach an energy, retreat, and then promote the Budew to slow things down. But anyway, just 10 fighting energies are going to do the job. And then we got a lot of trainer cards, as you would expect. I max out the Nest Balls and the Pofins to get our basic Pokemon, all the small dudes, easily. I got the 1 Vessel as a means to gather the energies too. And I got 4 Ultra Balls too as the best way to get the Glimmora EX, just an evolution. You know, the discard outlet times 2, you know, it can be big, it can hurt. But once you get a bunch of Pokemon, then you don't need a bunch of shit like extra Nest Balls and Pofins, maybe some extra supporters. We can afford to discard one. So it's not bad. It's just the most reliable thing since we don't have evolution in sense. And I don't want to run cards like Aroma or supporters that get evolution. This is just the most consistent, the fastest. We want to be fast. Get that set up quickly, start disrupting our opponent and put in pressure while they're still in the process of setting up. That's the point. I got the Pokegear too as an added way to get consistency, grab a supporter card. And the A-spec of choice is going to be the Unfair Stamp. I think this is pretty good. I mean, small Pokemon like the Budew are probably going to die in the beginning, so this works. If Glimmora dies, once again, it works. It's just disruption. I want to disrupt my opponent. That's why I got this. It's draw power too, in the form of an item. And that's nice. And this is why I got Judge here too. But more on that later. What else we got for items? The last card is this Crushing Hammer. Just run 4 of them. Disruption, if you get lucky, you do. If you don't, it's too bad. Depending on what your opponent is using, maybe you'll decide that there's not even point in using this. And again, you can discard them with Ultra Ball. Like, what decks would these not be good for? Like Gardevoir, for example. Unless you're going to try and hit like Darkness Energies on the Mukidoris, there's not much point using this to just discard their Psychic Energies. And then they can just grab them back. Okay. Supporter cards, we got some standard stuff like the Iono ×4. And I do triple Youngster this time because it's just a straight, solid shuffle and draw 5. This card is going to be even more valuable with the rotation if we don't get any better supporters. I'm not sure of everything with our upcoming set, but I am looking forward to it. I think that's the set where we're finally going to get Metagross and Blaziken. Good stuff. Gen 3 vibes. Okay. I got the double Grusha too. So in a low energy deck like this, where you probably are going to have the chance to use this before you attach a manual, you can draw some extras. Worst comes to worst is a draw until you have 5 supporter. Again, gotta run shit like this. And Cynthia's Ambition too. With the bonus drawn to have 8, it's good. Otherwise drawn to have 5. What we got. I just decided to do this as opposed to Zissou because Zissou, I'm trying to limit my opponent's hand too. So Zissou, I kind of think it will backfire a little bit. I got Judge instead. Shuffle and draw 4 and you can limit your opponent. It might come up. If not, I can just discard it, not use it. Decided to have this in as a form of sort of a mini disruption as well. And then the last supporter is this Boss's Order. Boss's Orders. Use it at the right time. You know the drill. Stadium of choice is going to be the Gravity Mountain. Now this is going to be my method to make sure I can 2-shot even Stage 2 EXs like Charizard. With this stadium, Stage 2s are going to have minus 30 HP. So Charizard is going to have 300. Other Pokemon might have even less. So between the 280 you're going to get attacking twice with Glimmora and the poison, you can kill those guys and you don't even need Sneasler. So I think this is pretty good. It might not stick around, but even if we can just play this when we know we're going to get the KO, if we play this right, then it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be perfect. So I got this in. I mean, it doesn't affect me. It's only going to affect my opponent if they're running Stage 2s. I mean, if they're not, then it's fine. It's still going to be a counter stadium. That won't make any difference. And this is the deck, guys. Just something to try out. This Budew, I do think still this card is a bit overrated, but you know, it does have its place in the format. There's a lot of decks that can utilize it. Basically, just any deck where you want to have something up front while you're setting up, as opposed to having something like Cleffa or just something else. You can now just have this Budew, get the item lock, do a little bit of damage too. Has Fear Retreat. Really the only downside is the terrible HP. That's about it. So yeah, Glimmora EX. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I'll see you guys in the matches as always. subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What